I recently organized all my physical photos, but then I had all of these negatives, and what on earth do I do with them? So I considered lots of options, including just trashing them, but my heart couldn't take that. I considered a service where you could just mail them off and they digitize them for you, which would have been amazing, but that literally would have cost thousands of dollars. They're not cheap at all, and I didn't know what they were. I couldn't even go through them to pare them down. So I did some research and I found this Kodak Slide N Scan scanner that is specifically for film, and I'm so impressed. I had it there hours later. I ordered it on Amazon, and from unboxing it to setting it up when I knew nothing about how to use it to getting all of these scanned was less than 3 hours. And I did it while I was listening to an audiobook, so it was really a lot of fun. It went so much better than I expected. So I want to break it down and show you exactly how this works, because when I was searching for this, I couldn't find any straightforward videos that just told me what it was and how it worked. All right, so when you receive it, you're gonna get this little machine. You'll also get this cord to plug it in, and you will need one of those power bricks that goes into your wall and has a USB in order to use it. Most of us have those laying around, but I just wanted to point that out. You'll just plug this in. You will also need something to store the negative scans on, and I used this SanDisk little memory card. That's the easiest way. It does say you can only have one that's 128 gigabytes or less. Don't ask me why, but that's how it works. So then you just stick it right in there, okay? Very simple. And then you're gonna receive, when it comes, you're gonna receive these little extras with it. So it'll come with this will be closed, and then it'll come with these. This thing is actually just for cleaning. So if there's dust in there, that's all that this thing is for. This right here by itself is for if you had those, you know, those projector slides. I don't have any of those, but you would use this by itself. And then these are adapters for different types of film. This is for the 135 millimeter film. Now, I will also say I had no clue what kind of film is this. So let me just give you a little tutorial on that. So this was my most common type of film, and I think in the late 90s, early 2000s, most of your film is 135 millimeter. However, if you go earlier than that, this is actually your 110, but you can see because it fits nicely in there. So it was easy to see this was 110. The 135 is right here, and it says so on there. And then this is 126. I didn't use this, but don't worry about it. You're gonna be able to figure that out really easily. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this little thing, it's called an adapter, and you need to open it. So it's got a little hinge right here where you just open it, and then you place your adapter. So if you're doing the 135, you're just gonna place it right in here like this, and it just sets right in there, and then it doesn't move. So it kind of slots in there, and then you close the hinge. Then you place it right in here. You see how there's a little arrow, and there's a little arrow here. So it's really, really simple. All you're gonna do is slide it right in there, and then it's gonna kind of, you'll feel resistance, it'll stop, and it's set up. It's that simple. All right, next step, you're gonna press, once it's plugged in, you're gonna press the power button. You press it once, and it's gonna turn on. That's pretty simple, right? Then you're gonna choose, what are you doing? Film type, USB, gallery. All I'm choosing is film. I don't care about any of the other stuff. It does a bunch of other stuff. I don't care. So you're just gonna click OK. I have a color negative. These buttons right here do the arrow. So if you wanted like a 50 millimeter slide, a black and white negative, you would do that. But I have the color negative, so I click OK. Then I have a 135 millimeter film here. So I'm gonna just click that arrow and click OK. Now it is set up. The only other thing that you might want to adjust is you can do 14 megabytes or 20 something megabytes. I left it on 14 because it takes less time for it to store it to the memory card. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the negatives and you're just gonna slide it in. You're gonna try to get it right side up, but if you don't worry, you'll just pull it out and put it back in the other direction. And you're just gonna slide it right in. As you're sliding it, you're gonna see that the pictures are showing up right there. Literally all it's doing is it's essentially almost taking a picture of the negative. So you're just gonna slide it to right where the picture is in the viewfinder, and all you do is press the OK button. It gives you a little waiting, and then it's on the memory card. Then I slide it to the next one. Sometimes you can see how this negative is a little curled. So what I have to do is pull out this little gadget, use my finger to flatten it and get it going back through the other side and push it back in. That happened quite a few times with some rolls. So you're gonna see how there's that little part that's between the two pictures. So I wanna make sure that I don't show any of that. And then the whole picture is in view. You can adjust brightness. I never had to. It was totally fine for me. I press OK. And you can see how when you get on a roll, you're just kind of feeding the next one through. Press OK. All right, we're going to feed the next one through. Press OK. And we're done with that one. And we grab our next one. So we're just going to feed that right through, just like that. Very easy. Oh, I got it upside down, so I'm going to actually change it to this direction. So no big deal if you get it upside down. Sometimes if it doesn't go in there super well, you may need to take out. That was just where when I took the picture, I had my fingers in front of the lens. And this is another one where I did need to take this out to be able to slot it in because it's so curved. That's very common. Nothing to worry about. I don't even want this picture because of my finger in there. So if there's pictures you don't want, you just won't click save. Like that's a terrible picture. I don't know why anyone would ever want that photo. I just did a terrible job taking these photos. Okay, that one's nice. So I'm gonna click OK. All right, now if you wanna do this little 110 film, I will show you how to do that. It is the exact same process. So what you're gonna do is pull this out. You're going to open this up, take this little adapter out, and you're gonna put the proper size in there, and then it fits right in like that. It won't move. And then I latch it closed. I'm gonna go ahead and put my film in there. All right, and then we're gonna push it in here. And then what I did is I turn it off and back on so I get the menu again because I wanna be able to tell it that it's the 110 film. So I'm gonna click film type. It is a color negative. And then I'm gonna use this arrow. There's a little right arrow and I'm at 110, okay. And then, oh, I got it backwards, so that's okay. Upside down, I mean, I'll just slide it right in there. And once I get that in view, I click okay. Then I slide over for the next one. This one has like numbers in between each one. Okay, got the whole thing in film, view, click okay. Keep sliding, click okay. Keep sliding. You'll want to keep it still while it's actually scanning. And then I'll pull out to the last one right there. Click OK. And it truly is that simple. So I really hope this helps you. I would highly encourage you to do this and just get it done. Also, I'm not organizing these in any way. Look at what a mess these are. Now these are all the ones that I've scanned, but I didn't have them in any sort of order. I just scanned them all. They can easily be organized once they're digital. I don't plan to. I actually plan to just take this whole thing, I'll put it in the cloud to back it up, put it on my computer, and we'll be done with it. And that way, if ever my original photos were destroyed in a fire or natural disaster or something, I know that there is a backup there. I know where to find it, but I'm not going to worry about doing anything else. And again, I'm shocked at how fast this solved my problem. And now I can throw these in the trash and I never have to think about them again. I will of course leave the link to this down below for you. This is the only one I found that is so easy to use and consumer friendly. They have a lot more wildly expensive higher end ones that I did not care about at all. They also have a nicer version of this one, and really all it does is has a bigger screen, and all I wanted to do was scan them, so I didn't see any reason to splurge on a nicer version. So if you too have a bunch of these and a bunch of physical photos you need to organize, I highly recommend you watch my video on how I was able to get like years and years worth of tons of physical photos organized easily without stress in a very short period of time. I will leave that video linked down below for you.